Okay, so it's time for the finals. The deck has crushed, actually, as all my red-white decks have done so far. 2-0, 2-0, pretty quick, and we're in the finals. And this is a good hand, a bit land heavy, but we have the Inspector on turn 1, and then you can never lose. 1 drop, 2 drop, into worst case cracking a clue, and maybe finding some more gas before the Lancers come out. Ooh, Thraben Inspector, you're good. And we have faced blue-green Emerge, which was very easy to win against, actually, because it's often pretty clunky, that deck. And even though he had cards like Elder Deep Fiend, and I mean, he had all the good Emerge guys and some enablers, his deck was too slow, and blue-green often suffers from not enough removal, and against a deck like this, you get punished for that. Yeah, I mean, this is going well. 1 drop, 2 drop into a Menace guy. We have Savage Alliance up, and we're looking to be able to play... in a 3 drop, I mean, we have the Griff, and we're looking to be able to play the Lancers on curve as well. And our opponent is blue-white, probably Spirits. Hasn't made a play yet, but he has 5 cards and 4 mana. Okay, Identity Thief is very bad on the defensive, and it's not even going to get the block here. This is curving out exactly as it has done in the other games. I guess this is even better, because it's actually curving 1, 2, 3, 4 that I haven't done earlier today. But I haven't really had to, because the deck is fast enough anyway, even without a turn 1 Thraben Inspector. We still have a clue also if we run out of gas. And the Savage Alliance is going to be brutal, as always, I think. I mean, you always kill off a good guy, maybe get something for free, and you could give everything trample if you really need to. Now we're going to kill a Sanctifier, and he will have an 0-3 to attack with, block with, and then he's basically dead. So I do not really agree with the people that saying that you cannot play aggro in this format. It's very playable, I think. And 2 damage and 1 damage to everything. And even now, if he blocks the Drifter, for example, the Identity Thief just dies. So, pretty good start. And now I cannot see how our opponent comes back. I guess he could play a 6th land into some sort of Delirium Sweeper, but that's not enough, because we can just make mischief for 1, shooting our opponent, and then he's dead anyway. So he has to gain life and sweep the board, which obviously he can't. So, yeah, let's hope for a little bit more of an opponent fighting back now, because I feel like it has been a bit too one-sided so far. I like more gameplay. Dual Shot could potentially be very good, but we haven't seen the 2-1s yet. I guess he has them. He will have them, I guess, but I don't like boarding against stuff I don't see. So this also looks fine. We have a Whelp, we have a Griff. I guess we only have 1 removal spell, but we have a lot of them to draw. But we'll see. Maybe our opponent... Okay, so here, obviously, I should have brought it in, because we already have a target for it, and I would be fine trading 1 mana and a card for a 2-1 flying. So, okay, so now we are on the back foot, because our opponent was on the play, and he played a 2-drop with evasion, like we can. And sadly it feels like our opponent is holding up Nebelgast Spirit, or whatever it's called. Oh, Herald. Ah, there he is. Nebelgast Herald. Yeah, he taps it down, and it's a very good tempo play. He can attack for 4 in the air next turn. But we could also play Dawn Griff and have a blocker, I guess. Unless he has another tempo play and maybe taps the Dawn Griff down, and yeah, you know what I mean. So, much better start from our opponent this time. And this is the first time today I've been on the back foot with this deck. And I really need to draw more mana here, I think, so I can do multiple. Okay, yeah, he had a Fogwalker. Annoying. Yeah, because the Herald triggers on every spirit. Okay, so this is not looking good. And yeah, I actually think that, for example, now, if we had the 4th mana, I could do either play 2 guys or play 2 removal spells. And then we're back in it again. But being missing land drops against this aggressive start is not good. Just putting out this 2/2 and I have to kill something, and I have to kill the Herald because we're dying in the air, makes this much more awkward. I would much rather play 2 removal spells, and Lancers will not have time to be relevant this game, and ground guy is not super against Skulk and Flying, so we're pitching it. But and this I think our opponent has forced this play, because every spirit he plays from now on just taps something on our side, and we still have no blocks. He can... No, yeah, we need to draw... We need to draw lands for Pyround and try to get that going, but I think that's too slow. So we have to draw a mix of lands and other more threatening creatures, like the haste guy or something, and I don't think we have time for that. We could choke something next turn, but okay, and now they have a ground blocker, because if we could potentially race, and oh, that would have been good with a 2nd mana last turn. Yeah, now we can only do one thing, and if it wasn't for the 2/2 on the ground, we could attack for 5 and actually do more damage and have Fiery Temper as maybe a last resolve, and also maybe pull out the Alchemist and do damage that way. But we're not winning the race with a blocker in the way, sadly. But I do feel like I have to choke the 2/1 flyer, because that's the most problematic creature right now. It's a 5-turn clock, just the Tattered Haunter. So we have to keep... Yeah, I don't like attacking into that, because it just turns into an equipment which makes menace, and we're not really equipped to deal with menace just now. So I'm just going to buy time and try to find more lands, but because without my land drops, this game already feels lost, sadly. I don't even have double red for the temper. And attacks with the Skulk guy. I have to block, I think, because I just need to buy time. I don't love this block, obviously, because he gets the equipment back, and he keeps pumping out guys. Land... Yeah, if that was a red land, maybe we could buy some more time, because I guess if we draw red next turn, kill something, trigger Pyround and attack, maybe it can matter. And we haven't really done any relevant damage to our opponent either, because we have been forced to stay back with our flying blockers. We have just been able to chip away some damage with the menace guy. So we're having our opponent on 16 now. Yeah, but I guess I got what I was asking for. More resistance from our opponent. Makes it into a funnier video at least. Okay, I have to make this double block and hope that it works. At least I can trade 1 for 1. But still no double red. And I guess there was one 3-drop that had double red, and one of them had double white. And we are on 9-8. with plains and mountains, but still we missed a few land drops there where we really needed to try to stabilize. I think okay, a Skulk Guy and equip land. Red land. Oh, another double red card. Okay. If that was a temper, maybe. Yeah, because then if we could have killed the Geist here, triggering Pyround, we can attack for 5 and our opponent can only attack for 2. That race we would have won. So drawing a second red anytime this match could actually have been enough, since it would trigger the Pyround and we could play an Alchemist later and do more damage. Unless obviously our opponent has another great play here, then we're back to square one. But yeah, the single mountain seems to be the deciding factor so far. Because if we could just straight up kill the Geist, we were actually ahead on board for the first time. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm going to double block again. Trade 1 for 1. Try to find second red again. Sadly, this is also eating up the small board I have. An opponent still has 2 cards. Might have a... And now Pyround, which was actually our way maybe to get back into this, will also die now. But I can't I can't have a 4/4 unblockable next turn, because then even drawing second red mana then it will be out of range. So okay, I got the Pyround to stick. That's good. Still need double red. Life and okay, that was game. Now we're actually dead in 2 turns. Oh, double red. Because then we could also have played Mirrorwind Dragon the turn after and have a perfect blocker for random spirits. So, I guess that's that. Yeah, I know there's downtime soon. Please stop alerting me. I wouldn't have been able to start this draft if it weren't going to end in time. I guess we can just play this out. Maybe we see another card. But it doesn't feel like... Since the mana situation is what it is, it doesn't feel like I have an out. Since I'm taking 4 in the air now, even if I draw second red next turn, playing out the dragon, I'm still dead. Because I can only block 1 flyer. Yeah. I'm dead. But I guess good for the video, because now I have to try to do what I did the first game and take the initiative by being on the play. Wrong land. Concede. By being on the play, and obviously the dual shot is coming in. I have to play that. Take out maybe Tormenting Voice, play dual shot. We have a lot of removal, and we have some potential 2-for-1s in Savage Alliance, dual shot. Collective Effort could be something. And I'm going to try to put some more pressure on him. Howlpack Wolf is a 3/3 beater and feels better than... And maybe, as we saw, maybe Lancer is actually too expensive also. Just keep the flyer and play the bad 2/2, because I'm on the play. I mean, if I can trade a 2/2 ground guy for a Nebulous Herald or something, I'm very happy. Borderline, but we have 2 plays, so I'm going to keep. If it was 2 lands and no 2 drops, I would have mulligan. But now we can go 2 drop, 3 drop, and if we just draw a red source, we can go dualist, and we have that curve again. Temper was not the draw, but I guess it can be good later. But again with the red mana, Still, we could go Guardian into Paranoid Parish Blade. That guy cannot block. Red land. Yes! Okay, now it feels good again. So maybe we just put out Howlpack Wolf because it's slightly bigger and doesn't necessarily trade for another 2-1. And then next turn we could go Duelist attack with everything. And now, I mean, white-blue that we're facing here is also aggro. So another, for just saying it once more, there is aggro in this format. You can play white-green humans, you can play Boros aggro, you can play blue-white spirits. All of those can play aggro or tempo. You could also play blue-red tempo and also go aggressive. So a lot of good aggro decks in this format. And being able to just run past the Dauntless Cathar is awesome. Drawing Lightning Axe was sweet, but we need another, again, double red, then we could do both. But we might not even have to. We'll see. Probably, yeah, now he goes to 10. And maybe next turn we can set up for some shenanigans and hit him down to 2. And then just drawing the second round, we can just throw the temper in upstairs and then get some sweet packs. And be happy with, okay, perfect. So now, even if we discard something, we don't get 2 for 1. Because we get the Lunar Mantle on for free. Perfect. I like when opponent is putting auras on creatures. It just makes for either a free 2 for 1, but in this case, pitching a plains doesn't really do anything here. We can both Lightning Axe and play Parish Blade and put our opponent down to 2 and then just kill him, yeah. Unless he has some shenanigans, but it doesn't really feel like that because he hasn't done anything like that so far. Bounce spell would be annoying. It would still be trading for a card. Yeah, okay, this is still fine. This is super fine because he's going to 2 and we have a kill spell in hand. And we can play out our 4th creature, so even if that guy comes back, he has to put out 2 blockers and don't die to Fiery Temper. I guess if we don't draw another red source for the rest of the game and our opponent puts out 4 blockers that all trade, then we could be in trouble. But I'm not seeing that anytime soon. Okay, does he have 2 blockers? Ah, no, he doesn't even have 2 blockers now because the flyer cannot block. And this is the drawback of Tattered Haunter. I mean, our opponent is probably a super dead here. Double red, second land. Would be nice to just temper. Opponent is thinking about... perfect. So I guess we'll start by attacking just because it's fun. I don't think we needed to draw that mountain. And let's see if we can win without counting that as a top deck. I don't think he has anything. No. Ah, nice. Okay, so 9-0 with white-red. Very nice. I like the archetype. I mean, it's not something that I do want to draft every time, but sometimes it's just fine to sit down, draft some good removal spells, a good curve of creatures, and then just bash your opponents, because usually you can do that in almost every format. See you later for more draft videos. Bye.